We've just discovered, guys, why the Tesla Model 3 Performance has taken so damn long. I mean, the Model 3 Highlands now, it's been out for ages. It's been out for more than 6 months in some countries. People are like, what the hell's going on with the Model 3 Performance? Well, now we know. Essentially, Tesla's engineers have revealed why they've had problems bringing this vehicle to market. They've also revealed when it's going to go on sale. And some interesting images as well. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. I'm a big fan of the Model 3 Performance, especially the new version. This vehicle's got about the same power as the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, which is a great car. Awesome car. I love it as well. But it's a fair bit more expensive than a Model 3 Performance. It does give the Model 3 a possible, maybe some more people who are going to go and say, well, maybe it's for them good value. I mean, Jay Leno was like saying basically it's like a scaled down version of the Model S Plaid. I think it would be. Now, the 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance is going to be called Ludicrous. It's going to have about 113 horsepower more than the previous model, but all of that extra power is going to the rear motor. And we just saw the Model 3 Ludicrous being driven on the Autobahn in Germany, and it was going extremely fast. People are saying that it's much faster. It has a much faster top speed from what they saw on the Autobahns in Germany, much faster top speed than the old version. And we know now that the rear motor hits peak power much higher speeds. So it hits peak power at about 67 miles an hour, about 110 kilometers an hour, and it can actually hold that peak power for longer. So what that means is top speed's much higher, quarter mile times are going to be way faster, but it also means Tesla had some problems that they weren't anticipating because that motor was sending so much more power, or about 113 horsepower more to the rear wheels. Tesla actually had to go and change the suspension. So that's the main thing that's been holding this up. Of course, Tesla's working on a new motor. They tried to do apparently the Lars Moravi said they did look at doing a tri-motor version, but it took up too much space. It meant the boot space was too compromised, and it was too much of a compromise project. So they actually thought, let's just make a more powerful rear motor. Just have the one motor in the back, one motor in the front. But they didn't actually think, all this extra power might mean we might need to change the suspension. And that's what they've had to go and do. So Tesla had some suspension kinks to iron out as it paired the new 406 horsepower rear motor with the 212 horsepower one for a total power output of well in excess of 600 horsepower. Now, Tesla, they don't normally actually tell us horsepower for their vehicles, but this information has come to us from it's kind of like the government in South Korea, where they have to do the testing and they actually have to provide this official information. So we found it out through that means. But we know Tesla often understates their power figures. They do. The Tesla Model S Plaid, it's been dynoed. It has more power than we thought it does. On the dyno, it had about nearly 1,200 horsepower. It's ridiculously powerful. Now, we know a few other things about the Model 3 Performance, right? The weight, it's 1,855 kilograms. It's actually lighter than an equivalent Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG, which is the direct competition for this car. So it weighs 4,089 pounds. It's actually not that heavy if you think about it. Range on the very strict, basically the very strict way that they measure in South Korea is 270 miles, basically the same as the previous model. That'll be EPA range of probably about 310 miles most likely. 79 kilowatt hour battery. It's manufactured by LG. It's not LFP battery pack. It's not an M3P battery. It's essentially using Tesla's existing battery cell architecture. What you see in the Model 3 long range. Same situation, same system. Tesla sent a team, though, of about 20 Fremont engineers to the Gigafactory in Shanghai. So they've sent 20 engineers from Fremont to Shanghai. And the reason was that they had to work on the vehicle's suspension to improve it to handle that extra power. This apparently these engineers allegedly returned from China on Saturday of last weekend. This means the initial performance or the initial Ludicrous Tesla Model 3 is going to actually be produced in China first. But probably there'll be maybe a few weeks delay for the US version. That's what people are expecting. But either way, they're saying it's coming in May. Now, apparently, it's also going to come with new aerodynamic rims. And that's what you see here in these photos with the Model 3 Ludicrous being tested on the Autobahn in Germany. So a model has now been sent from China to Germany, and that's the vehicle you see here. That's the Chinese-produced Model 3 Ludicrous. So this is what's delayed the car. The changes to the suspension and obviously the new motor with all this extra power. Tesla's trying to get the car to actually handle that power, not just be like a crazy hot rod where you just go straight, really fast in a straight line, but a car that can actually get around corners. You can get that power down to the ground. You don't feel like you're in a car that's just going to run you off the road, essentially. Anyway, guys, I reckon this vehicle is going to be pretty damn awesome, but I'm much more interested personally in the new Model Y because we've heard that it is. Sources have confirmed it will be coming with the new M3P battery. To me, that's much more interesting, but I'm excited by performance EVs because it does kind of make internal combustion engine performance vehicles look slow. It makes them kind of look silly. I mean, EVs are just so much faster. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.